Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. My name's Matt Patrono, if you don't know me, and I have the pleasure of being the band director here at Wayne Hills. And a lot of people, if you're new, they always say, well, why do you start out concerts specifically that way? And there's a lot of different reasons. The biggest reason is the incredible group of young people that you'll get a chance to interact with tonight that I get to work with every day. Another is the wonderful people in the audience that I get to work with, it seems, almost every day in the fall. But tonight marks the 22nd performance for many of the people you will see perform tonight this fall. So and I know many of you have been right there with us for every one of them, if driving back and forth, clapping. We're going to do a couple things differently, though, tonight for those of you who've been with us all for fall. A, it's not going to rain. I think. B, we have intentionally turned the lights off. And C, we will not have to put out all the equipment to dry after the performance, hang up the uniforms. So that should get you guys home about an hour sooner. We've seen a lot of different performances, and the band has had a lot of success, and I'm very proud to see so many people here tonight to see this side of our program, our symphonic side. A lot of times people say marching band's the most visible part. Well, it is, unless we really work to bring everybody here and see what this wonderful group of students is doing as well. The first half of the concert, we have some of our small ensembles, which are directed by various staff members, and even some student performances that highlight some of the things that our students have been doing all fall as well. And then the second part, we'll have a quick break, not really an intermission, and we'll bring back our symphonic band. So first tonight, we'd like to feature our woodwind ensemble. That ensemble meets after school. We're very lucky the students are willing to do that, to have some extra enjoyment playing, and we're also very lucky that Mr. Steve Sullivan is willing to work with them. So we'd like to start tonight with our woodwind ensemble under the direction of Steve Sullivan. Next, we have a very interesting solo performance to show you. This performance will be by Miriam Khan. Miriam will be playing Yellow After the Rain. Now, it's a mallet solo and a marimba solo. I'm not sure how many people have ever seen solo marimba, but there's a very interesting technique that she's using that you might not have seen before, and that's that she's playing with 4 mallets, 2 in each hand. She's back here. It's very challenging. She does it very, very well, but you'll see she's looking to pursue a career in music, and in the percussion world, you're expected to play all these different instruments. So this is Yellow After the Rain on marimba, Miss Miriam Khan. Great job. I was walking up and someone said, "Where's her music?" I assure you she was not making that up. Those of you who are pianists know this, that when there's that much going on in your brain, you don't have time to read. So congratulations, very nicely done. We'd like next to move to our saxophone ensemble. This is directed by our assistant director, Mr. Vogel. They also meet after school, and we're always very proud of this because it means the students are looking for a little bit extra, and I will turn the program over to them.
sax. Probably all heard it on TV once before. We had a lot of fun playing it. The next piece we're about to play for you is Cowboys Don't Play Bebop. Now, I'd like to extend a thanks out to Kevin Chadell. He's the one who actually found the piece for us. We listened to it, we fell in love with it, and now we're performing it. So, enjoy.
I'm not sure how many of you are old enough to remember Benny Hill. Anybody? Yes. That's whenever I hear yakety sax, that's what comes to mind is late nights watching Benny Hill. Next, we have our jazz band, one of the larger ensembles. I was very proud of this group of students this year because before marching band was over, which is our major after-school time commitment in the fall, they were bugging me to get jazz band started, which is always wonderful as a teacher. So we've been getting together, and we'd like to present two tunes that we've worked up very quickly for you. The first one has a holiday flair, the second one does not. But give us 1 second, we'll be set up with our jazz band. Thank you. It features 3 soloists. Raise your hand real quick. So you'll hear Steve Albanese on the alto, Billy Gale on the trombone, and Herbert Banerjee on the trumpet. Can you hear this? Okay, good. Basie style. Now the next tune is much different. It's entitled Chameleon. A lot of you probably know it. We have a few soloists in here. Your heroes, I'll call them out as we go. We've had a lot of fun with this. as it's a completely different style, and let us, especially me, let my hair down a little bit. Right, left. I give you a grade tomorrow. Promise we can do this. We'll be back with our symphonic band. Thank you very much. 5 minutes. Thank you for waiting in. I usually don't talk at the beginning. I like to play, but if I explain this piece, I think you'll enjoy it a lot more. Our first piece is entitled Night Ride Through Metropolis. And if any of you have tried to ever take a cab in New York City, you'll very much appreciate this. But now imagine it's the holiday season, and you've got to get from Sullivan Street down in the Village up to Carnegie Hall to hear your child's concert. And you've got to do it in 5 minutes. So you turn to the cabbie and you say, please get me there in 5 minutes. There's an extra, I don't know, whatever you give cabbies. Now there's an extra 20 in for you. And he looks at you and he goes, I'll get you there. Okay? Buckle your seatbelts. We've got 5 minutes to get to Carnegie Hall. One of those rides that you're really glad is over once it is. But it's interesting how a composer can, sometimes even more accurately or more easily than with a photograph or even with a painting, paint a picture of what something would be like. Our next piece is entitled Heaven's Light, and you can read in your program notes, this is dedicated to a young girl out of a high school who passed away, and she really enjoyed making music with her fellow students, her friends, and it meant a great deal to her. Making music meant a great deal with her. The band experience meant a great deal to her. And unfortunately, when she passed away, people didn't want to see her star fade. So they commissioned the composer to write this piece. And she was a flute player, as you can probably guess once you hear the piece. And the piece is entitled to remind all of us what music making is like and what it means to people. It features Marissa Weisberg on flute, Elaine Markovich on clarinet, and our mallet section, Deanna Kluger, Ryan Gross, Jessica Lindsay, Sarah Saba, and Heather Bastink. Am I forgetting anybody?
That's Sandra Saba.
Yes, thank you. What did I say? Oh, I'm sorry, Sandy. Sandy Saba. This is entitled Heaven's Light. It's wonderful to watch people between the ages of 15 and 18, however chronologically old they are, that they're mature enough, intelligent, to be able to play a piece of music like that and really understand and be able to get out of it what the composer worked so hard to put into it. By the way, tonight's concert will be on MSG Varsity, thanks to Mr. Hookstraight and our video crew. As well as some of the outdoor activities we did. So it's, I believe Mr. Hookstraight was telling me it's on, if you go to MSG Varsity On Demand, it will be there anytime you'd like to see it. So we're very thankful for that. I'd like to turn the band over to our Assistant Director, Mr. Robert Fogel.
Good evening. Now we present a piece called The Gales of November. It shows musically the storms that ships confront when sailing on the Great Lakes. Listen for the cascading waves of the melody. I'd like to take a couple seconds to recognize the following soloists: Brianna Franco, Lee Weisberger, Amanda Lee, Sandra Thomas, Stephen Albanese, Braden Gilligan, and Urvashi Banerjee. Thank you very much, and here's your Gales of November.
During the fall, as I said, this being our 22nd performance of the fall of 2009, our band program, which is very large and again, very well supported, we appreciate all of it, very busy, kind of permeates our lives and with our families, as Bev Coleman says, we're, in the fall especially, we're kind of either related by blood or by band. But it kind of gets all of us, and we all get involved, and we do appreciate how much you've gotten involved. For instance, we were setting up our Christmas decorations the other day, and my 4-year-old daughter and son found all the nutcrackers. And they set it up in a line, in 2 straight lines, guided well, by the way. And there was 2 nutcrackers with a little banner in front of them. And I looked down and I said, "Oh, Allison, what are you doing?" And her and Anthony said, "We're making your band, see?" And Allison goes, she picks up the 2 front ones and goes, da, 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 da. So, what we'd like to do now is we'd like to take an opportunity to feature one of our students, Mr. Stephen Albanese. You can read about him in our program. You're clapping for him already. How much did he pay you? No, Steve is a very, very fine soprano saxophone player. Soprano sax is a unique instrument, and it makes a beautiful sound. And although this piece we found is called Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, we'd like to just make it wish from our family up here to all of your families, and all your families have given a very happy holiday season. This is Mr. Stephen Albanese, and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. G, eat your heart out. Before we play our last piece of the evening, I'd like to recognize 4 students who Saturday distinguished themselves, brought honor to our school, also to our music program, by being selected or successfully auditioning for the North Jersey Area Band. Roughly 400 students, 425 students tried out Saturday for about 150 spots in the North Jersey Area Band Symphonic Band, North Jersey Area Band Wind Ensemble. And we're very proud that those ensembles, which have a concert in January, they get together for 4 rehearsals. With a conductor they've never met, sitting next to people they've never met. And they put on an absolutely fantastic concert. But we're very proud that 4 people in those ensembles will be from our program here. Lee Weisberger, Steve Carney, Miriam Khan, just wave, they might not be able to see. Okay. Although she plays tuba here, she made it percussion there, and Ryan Gross. Before we play our last piece, a big thank you to the wonderful group of people sitting behind me. Each year we start anew, and we start very early in September, leading up to today, although every day is important, today is a little bit extra fun. I want to thank them specifically for their willingness to listen, to follow directions. People always say to me, how do you control that many students? And I tell them, you can't. If they're not willing to control themselves, if they don't have the same goals you do. But it's a wonderful group of people. I know that has a lot to do with you folks out there, and I'm sure they're going to run home tonight and clean up their room in thanks for that. But we do wish you the happiest of holidays. Thank you for all your support. At the conclusion of the concert, we do have some refreshments provided by our band boosters. And it's a chance for you to talk to our musicians, meet some of our musicians. But we thank you very much for coming. We hope to see you in this kind of support for the rest of the year at many other concerts. Please look for information coming out from the band boosters about trips or even coming home for your students. Our last piece is entitled Pony Express, and this is a very interesting piece. It's written by Mr. Chris Bernatos, who actually writes our marching band shows as well. But after doing that, he's gone out and he's become a pretty famous published composer, and it's entitled Pony Express. And it's a very, very interesting piece, and I talk about it more, but I might get hoarse. Come on, I had to do one. Thank you very much. Please join us for some refreshments, and please drive safely. Have a great holiday. Okay, folks. Very nicely done. Thank you. Hope you